Alright guys, welcome back. We are another episode of Asdivine. We're about to enter a boss fight here, so let's continue going to the right. As I said, we're continuing to go to the right, and we're gonna enter this room here. Monsters are blocking the way. Then we clear the way. Grr. This must be the Legion's way of trying to stop us. Let's deal with these slimes. But okay, now this is a very interesting fight. You see this big slime over to the left-hand side? This is actually the only one you have to kill. In fact, if you try to kill these other slimes, they'll just keep dividing, and they'll create more of them. So we're going to only focus on this major slime over here. And we're not going to use our trust gauge because we'll need it later on. So we're actually just going to fight this the quote-unquote normal way without using a trust. And we're going to start off by, I think, using our decelerate to help slow the enemy team down. Give us a little bit of breathing room here. And these things mostly just like drain your MP and they slow you down. They have a couple of attacking moves. They can also reset your stats too. So they're very annoying, but they're not terribly dangerous. So we're going to go ahead and use a line guard up over here. And then they'll just use their sticky fluids, which lower your speed. That's okay. And we're going to go ahead and use another line guard up here. Well, actually, we'll go ahead and just start focusing them down. So the only thing, like I said, we're going to have to focus on is this major slime. Now, Stella, I can probably... Yeah, it's fine. We'll just go ahead and use our Holy Lightning. Actually, we'll buff first. I think it's getting an extra buff in would be very effective. So we're going to go with an attack up on this side. And then we'll go ahead and use another attack up. Well, we're just going to start focusing on. We're going to go with a shadow slash the center line here. And then we can use a buff with Celine. We'll go ahead and use our War Dance. Gonna be really helpful here. And these things will absorb your HP, like it can drain your stats, and it'll heal itself. But overall, it's not too dangerous of a fight. Now Felix, we'll go ahead and use a buff again. Actually, we'll just go ahead and start attacking with Holy Lightning. I think it's called a Stumbler. Just try to do as much damage as you can. That was good. 11,000, really good there. One of the things we can do is also give it lifts, which we'll try to do with Zach. And we got a break, really good. More Holy Lightnings. Do some massive damage. Boom. Very good. Now, Zach, we're going to do something interesting. We're actually going to buff our, quote-unquote, buff our enemy. And we're going to use wings on this Jiggler here, Stumbler. And it's going to give it float status, which is going to be important when it comes to Celine's turn. Now with Uriel, we'll go ahead and just use another Shadow. Slash. And it's going to just MP absorb. That's fine. I still have enough MP. Really good damage there. But basically, we want to end this fight as soon as we can. This thing has a lot of health. We have to focus it down. Now, because we gave this thing a floating status, we can use our Dragon Fang on it. And we're going to do more damage. And then Felix will go ahead and hit with another Holy Lightning. It's very unlikely we'll get a paralysis off, but that's okay. You can see they just try to drain your MP down. Go ahead and use enough is enough. Actually, can use here I come. Now it's going to charge us. It's okay. We'll go ahead and use another Holy Lightning. And it's almost dead. Uriel, we can use a Shadow Flare. And there we go. Once we kill the Stumbler, everything else does. Cool. The Legion's up ahead. Let's hurry. Before we do, let's run back and heal ourselves. Okay. Now let's run back. And over here, and then up. Lumiere. Legion, we finally learned the truth. I didn't realize faith in Shadow Deity had waned to the extent it had. At least at this rate, Nock would have eventually ceased to exist. Due to my carelessness, I put undue stress on him, which pushed him to the spot. I apologize it took this long for me to realize, but I intend to look out for Nock from now on. Of course, not in a new world, but this world of Asdivine. Now, will he forgive me? If that is what you truly desire, it is. However, you are unaware of the truth. My master did not fear losing his own existence, but rather the future of being separated from you. From me? You are everything to him. Oh my. What? Then could it be? Please explain what you mean by that. That I cannot do. My master stated if you could not realize it yourself, there was no hope. Lumiere, and you believers in this cause, I have one final request of us, Legion. We Legion have not the power to stir our master's soul. That is why we must ask you to save him in the future of this world. But were you commanded to prevent us from stopping the destruction of Asdivine? And what are you doing now? What you're doing now is in opposition to Nock's command. You can't be oblivious to the consequences. I am aware, and why? Oof. It's going to kill itself. What are you doing? A master's orders are absolute. However, your existence is important to him. We are unable to choose between the two. Therefore, we have intended to choose to leave the future in your hands. Legion! Lumiere, save our master. Aww. Gutenberg Castle Throne Room. What? My Legion's magic has disappeared. Could it be it disobeyed my orders? No. Of all the beings under my control, my servants would never disobey. It can only mean Lumiere used her powers to destroy it. However, Lumiere would never. Master. Make haste to the other temple. Yes, Master. What does this all mean, Lumiere? Could it be you have... Felix, what happened to the Legion? It expended all its magic to create the statue, moreover, it can never be resurrected. Then, what's the statue for? It's one of the ones Noct has prepared in order to destroy Asdivine. Knowing it, it would be wise to destroy it, but perhaps in doing so, unleash the shadow magic hidden within it to the surrounding area. That must be avoided at all costs. So what you're saying is we shouldn't break it. For the time being, yes. Right now, we have to stop the other Legion from creating another one like it, and since we don't know where it is, we have to find it. Zach, I'm alright, but what was that? Did it just charge the heart jewel? And if so, what does this mean? What does this thing do? Doesn't look like anything happened, so let's get going. Right. Alright, so now we are off to search for another jewel, or another statue, which we are getting to another fight and another treasure hunt. So let's go. We're basically running back to the cam. We're gonna go heal up again. I just healed the first time for safety, but you may not have had to do it there. Now we'll go run back down here. Now let's run down here and okay, now we're gonna run up and continue up and over here And up. Alright, and back down here. And straight line, pretty much back to where we came. Very straightforward. Okay, so now we're gonna run over to the right-hand side. And then down. Okay, continue running down here. Right. And back up the stairs. Yeah, now let's continue running up. Down. Okay, we'll continue running over left and then running up. Yeah, right back to where we came from. All backtracking. All the fights. It's alright. Okay, now we're gonna run down. And back up these stairs. Okay, and then we can... Now we're outside again. There they are. What? They were waiting for us. Shall we fight them? No, they're being controlled by the shadow deity. And escaping without a fight is unavoidable. Hey there. Huh? Goosh. Stella. Oliver. Yeah, she even remembered my name. You. No one lays a hand on my beloved Stella. Goosh. He is definitely much stronger than before. And more obsessed. What are you doing here? Oliver. You're late, man. Stella. Shall we continue this conversation back at my place over a cup of my finest hot cocoa? Stop that now. Stella, you're going to hit somebody with that whip if you start swinging it now. But, patience, patience. I take it all of these armor-clad men must be enemies of Stella, huh? Men, ready, aim. However, obey your orders and your responsibility lies with me. But we can't fire a sword. What? What is it this band of numbskulls is doing? Apprehend them all. At arms, men, now attack. Yes, sir. I ask you to do them no harm. Not to worry, I've ordered them to deal with these men without any excessive abuse. Now the rest of you, let's head to Alven City. I really don't get this whole exchange, but thanks for getting us out of this mess nonetheless. Thanks to Oliver and his men, we were able to get away. Still, after being scolded by Stella, I never thought he'd undergo such a drastic change. In a fashion of a stalker, either. I apologize for having kept you waiting. Stella, you must be tired. Please stop by my place and have some hot cocoa made up for you express. Well, wait, I never agreed to... Sigh, why me? Let's accept his offer this once. He doesn't appear to be under the control of the shadow deity, so hopefully we'll be able to learn what's going on here in Asdivine. Fine. Okay. We go into Alven City. We run down. And we're going to run straight to the governor's mansion. No need to stop and do anything else right now. Alright. How should I begin? I was about... Spare us the long drawn-out story and just get to the details. Where were you? Why were you there in the first place? Even your stinging rebuke is lovely. Oliver, after being brought to my senses, I have strived to be a man worthy of you. I have strengthened the city patrol and even outfitted the city. Sounds like you've been doing the work of the governor himself. Besides, where is your father? He retired a few months back and has left the affairs of the city in my hands as the new governor. He seems to have grown up some. After taking care of the affairs of the city, I hoped to find you, but when nobody knew where you have gone, I began to search the world over for you in my spare time. That's because we were in Rivera, and you have never found us there. It must have been tough. Then, as the clouds began to appear ominous in the sky, I began to grow worried, but here you are. Now, what do you say? Have I become a man you consider worthy of... No. That's so harsh. Oliver, while I cannot divulge the details, we are looking for a temple. Since this concerns us all, could you tell us if you have heard of seen anything strange as of recent? Speaking of temples, I have heard something to that effect, but glances at Stella. Then please tell us what you know. For you, Stella, it would be my pleasure. As I was searching the world over for you, I did come across one particular temple with a suspiciously large number of soldiers frequenting it. If I remember correctly, the place was called Katarina Temple. Katarina Temple, that's where the statue of the Light Deity is. On that point, a separate temple must also be connected. Something smells fishy. Hehe, I'm glad I could have been of help. Now, is there anything else you would like to know? Once we stopped, this other legion will be more than likely to have to visit the castle, but I have a feeling we won't be able to get inside so easily. As a governor unaffiliated with the kingdom, would you happen to know a way to get inside the castle? If there were, and he knew about it, it would be a major problem. Although, as far as I know, there's nothing like. Are you absolutely certain about that? Glances at Stella. Okay, Oliver, please tell us what you know. For you, Stella, it would be my pleasure. As for secret passages, you'll find none, but that doesn't mean there aren't other ways to get inside. In fact, as of recent, I've begun exchanging letters with Queen Gloria concerning doing away with the borders that divide our lands. And since all correspondence between us is done by messengers, I believe it can be used to your advantage with the right preparation. What do you think, Felix? I say we go for it. Go with it. Then, could we ask you make whatever preparations are necessary while we're going to investigate this temple we just talked about? It would be my pleasure. Kitty Cat, should you have been speaking in front of him? Oh, right. He. Even I know a bit about you beasts who speak. I've been studying too, you know. Wow, you're really working hard, aren't you? This is all to be a husband worthy of. You're not. Now let's go, everyone. Right. Her stinging rebuke is so painful, but it wants me to make myself into an even better man. Wow, Oliver. Chasing after a woman. Good upgrade, you know. Alright, so we're going to go all the way down to Katarina Temple. We have the airship, though, so it shouldn't be too hard. We can simply leave, or don't need to stock up on anything. So we're going to go straight up north and hop into our airship. And then we can just click the little icon there, fly over to the right, and then down. And you can check our map, and we're pretty much just straight south. Going straight south here. And over, and we should be there. Now, this little grassy spot is where you have to land. There's really no other place to land. So you have to, right here, you can click the little icon, and your character will land. Now, don't run in this little tunnel. I actually made that mistake before. Run over here just to the temple. It's kind of deceptive because if you look on the icon, it looks like you're supposed to land there, but it's this little temple. So go inside. And then run up here. And we can unlock the door by clicking on it. Looks like all of our info is right. Now let's try using the same key as we did in Sephir Temple. The key broke. It wasn't able to withstand the powerful magical force. This magic, it seems like the legion's already here. Stella's ability to sense things has grown stronger. Could it be she was overexposed to Nox magic? In that case, let us hurry. Okay, now as soon as we run in here, we will start to fight enemies again. Now let's run. Okay, and we'll run some more down here. Keep running to the south and over to the right. Yeah, now let's run north. Grab the chest. And run over to... And running over to the left here. And then north. And then right. Or sorry, left. And over to the left and then a little bit north. Grab the chest here. Get a drop jewel. We can run over here and grab another jewel, another chest. Get a crystal sword, which I think we can go ahead and equip here. Yep, gonna be a significant upgrade over our silver sword. Alright, let's go ahead and run back. Now we're gonna run down to the south, over to the left, and go down the stairs. Okay, now run over here. And then over to the left. Okay, now let's continue running to the left. Up here. And then up here. And then over. Okay, now let's continue up here. And then over, down, up. Down here. And we'll grab this chest here, hidden. Got a crystal chest, nice. Okay, let's run back. I'm gonna up here. Grab. Okay, now let's run and grab this chest. Hardy seed, nice. Now we'll run down here. Let's run over to the left. And then down and grab this chest. Trust Rubik's, awesome. We're gonna equip that. Okay, well, let's run down. And we'll run over here and heal up. And grab the chest. Okay, healing up here. Great place to stay the game because we're about to enter another fight. Monsters are blocking the way. Let me clear away. Whoosh. Great. Looks like we've got some more slimes. These have to be more obnoxious monsters. Now let's defeat them. Indeed. Now, similar strategy to what we used before. We're not going to use our chest gauge. So go ahead and use a decelerate and everything. And from here, we can go ahead and use a line attack up. Could use a shadow slash. And same concept. We only have to kill this big one on the bottom left-hand side. We don't have to kill anything else. So and they will divide, so don't even bother trying to kill them. Another shadow slash. Oh, everybody's getting slowed down. Now we'll go ahead and use a war dance. And use another shadow slash. And we can use one more line attack up just to get a little more damage out. Good, give a +2 intelligence for Stella. Now, Contradiction will go ahead and will nullify her stats like that, which is unfortunate. And we're gonna go just keep checking our shadow spells at it. Use a shadow flare. And if we happen to hit the other stuff with AoE, that's not bad, but it's ideal that we focus on the main one. More stat reduction. And this thing will just keep buffing itself. If it transforms, it's gonna it'll either block itself from physical or magical attacks. In the case it just blocked itself from physical attacks, which is definitely the better for us because we're going to be using mostly magical attacks on it. So keep using shadow flares. And sometimes we're addled here, so we're sometimes occasionally we won't attack. And same thing, we're just gonna keep choosing our shadow flares on it. Go ahead and use our line attack up here. You can see this thing got just insane amounts of health, but fortunately we're not in too much danger of dying. Now it strengthens itself against magical attacks, so we'll have to use physical attacks right now. And we'll go ahead and use enough is enough. So Amy can use another War Dance. And Zach will go ahead and use a Shockwave. Now, when you do this stat buffing, it's going to force the enemy teams, the enemy members, to use the contradictions, which is not bad for us. Shadow Flare. Shadow Flame. Whoops. That's right. It was. Alright. Yeah, it's still growing against or weak against magic or resisting against magic, I should say. So we gotta use our physicals. There we go. We got a paralysis off. Really good. Now we can use another. Well, I guess we'll use a shockwave. And we'll use rolling swipes here. Oh, yep. Tail nunchucks. Another line attack. Almost there. Shockwave here. Another tail nunchucks. Yeah, so I think from here, since we don't really have anything useful to do with Uriel, let's see if we can take out. There's a little Shadow Flame in the front. At least knock out one of these guys for one turn. Yeah, it's weak against physical attack. This is actually what we want because now we can hit it with magical attacks again. So go ahead and use a Shadow Flare. And a Holy Lightning. And Holy Lightning again. Almost dead. Shadow Fire. And we'll use a Shadow Flare. And there we go. So a slow fight there, not terribly dangerous, but definitely slow. And we got everyone leveled up, we got a Trust Duel, all that wonderful stuff. Let's hurry and find the Legion here. Let's go heal ourselves really quick. Another good place to save the game. Run north. Are we too late? Legion. Lemire. Power. Legion, you again. I am grateful you have understood my master's heart. Forget that. If you're still conscious of what's going on, don't sacrifice yourself for that statue. Nock won't find a shred of joy in it. As long as you are there for my master, all will be well. Soon, he will unfold his plan to destroy Asdivine. If you wish to stop him, you must hurry. Legion, I now bid you farewell. Huh? Something discharged this heart jewel. Light deity? I can't understand. Why are Nock's servants all fools? Because they're following Noct. At any rate, we can't stay here any longer. We have to get inside the castle before Noct takes any action. But we should consult Oliver about it first. Yeah. Yeah, we should. Gutenberg Castle Throne Room. What? What has happened? My other servant has... No, it would never disobey me either. It can only mean there is one reason for its demise. Lemire, Lemire, Lemire! Wow. Someone's getting mad. Oliver. Olivia, send my men to deal with Lemire and every last one of her companions. Tell them to kill them all. Yes, your majesty. Please hurry, Celine. Alright, now quest is added. You have to go back to Alven City, where we just came from. So go ahead and use Edge Escape Feather. It should be in our item section. And here we go. Now we can simply walk a little bit south, and voila, we're out. We don't have to do any more dungeon crawling. Now let's run back to our airship. And fly back to Alven City. Overwhelmed by a sense of victory. Now a little bit more to the north and some to the west. Check them out one more time here. A little more to the west and slightly south. And we can land here. And here we go. And we're back to the governor's house. And here we go. So before we introduce some more dialogue and continue on with the story, I think this is a great place to call it. I will see you guys in the next videos. Thank you so much for watching. Until then, have a good one.